All right, guys, welcome to Off-Road Universe World. This is the WR500. She's in the garage. I was going to do a little bit of an inspection last night for y'all, but the phone was dead. So a few things I wanted to note here. I am going to start taking off some plastics here, so I wanted to at least get her all together. I really like the layout of this bike. It is, of course, as you know, a 250 frame, and it feels like it. From this part, from the tip of the seat to the rear fender, it feels like a 250. This is so narrow, very similar to my KTMs in many respects. And the tank, while it's big, it's still so narrow right here where your knees are going to go. This really is not that much bigger than my modern YZ. And I know y'all are laughing at me, but remember, with the radiator scoops and the radiators, you pretty much have that same type of bulbous section in the front. So I managed to get the paint off of the Ken Kaplan word truth. Ken, it is true. The unobtainium air scoop, which I always think of Ken when I think of that thing, because it is, man. You can get them from DC Plastics, but getting the original is near impossible. It is impossible. I mean, come on. This piece just has paint and needs to get taken off. I managed to take off the ignition cover, and the screws were like brand new. They had nothing going on them. I mean, they literally had no markings or wear marks or anything, or tension marks of anybody taking them off, and they were tight. So I wanted to grab the flywheel. You know, obviously I was not there to test the bike out, and the flywheel is tight, man. There's nothing here. There's no movement. If there was, that would mean the bottom end was probably bad, would need to be split cases and all that. This thing is like perfect. And look at this thing, man. It looks so new. There's no water gotten in here. There's the cover down there. The seal is perfect. It's just awesome. A few other things. The spring cleaned up really nice. Took off some of the decals and noticed the old Delta Box swing arm sticker. So if anybody's wondering where these go, these are the originals, man. They go right in the middle of the swing arm. So not at the top, not at the bottom, not to the left, not to the right in the middle there. And they are smaller. I've seen some companies make bigger ones. The original tire decal warning thing is there, tire information. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna get her going. The pipe is pretty good. There's a little dent right there, and then a little one on the other side, but I'm gonna try to freeze that out. I managed to flip this brake line over because it was a little bit sun dried on this side, and it looks practically new with the exception of a little bit of discoloration there. Not a big deal. Yeah, and everything else is good. The original bars, which I am sure these are silver. These are a little bent. I may try to straighten these out best I can. I'm probably gonna go and upset the purists here, but I'm probably gonna go for that hammerhead, shovel head YZ fender that's a little more modern, and a little bit of that integrated front number plate that they used on the YZs, probably 96, 97, 98. You know, the white YZs have that fender that we used to see in the early 2000s. Probably going to go for that. But luckily with UFO, I can get all the plastics, and the tank should clean up really well and get all the plastics new, so that's no big deal. The seat is in really good shape, actually. Okay, so here's the other side that was against the wall. We've got the original silencer with the markings, not for off-road use. A little bit of wear there. I think it had at one point that slip-on silencer for off-road use, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that off. If you guys know where to get a FMF or some sort of aftermarket silencer, let me know. Here's the exhaust side. Another remnant of a WR500 sticker under the paint, but this will be really useful to save, and so we can really see what the color is. You know, it's not a light blue, guys. It's not. It is a turquoise, without question. And then again, the placement of the Delta Box swing arm sticker. I was pretty happy. This looks really good. It's got still kind of that nice shiny alloy. One little scuff there, but not much. Still has the original warning sticker. What I'm going to be doing here is getting the motor off, and then I'm going to be painting this. And I was kind of surprised. Looks like they used to paint this bolt, I guess, because not a lot of people would take this subframe section off. You could actually individually apparently take off one section of the subframe, excuse me, that's pretty wild. So I'll probably get the paint off that and just leave that as like a, you know, silver bolt. Motor on this side looks pretty good. I want to go through, and although I hate to repaint these cases, I probably will just give them a light coat layer and clear coat so they look really perfect. Kickstarter looks fantastic. Still has the boot on there. There's no damage. There's really no wear to the boot at all. And the brake reservoir capsule is perfect. This is not sun faded at all. It looks amazing. Took it off last night. Still got the original Mikuni 38, which I'll probably, of course, clean. May leave on there. May try a PWK eventually. Still has the dampers on the cylinder fins. Still has the original clutch cable with the very wise spring to prevent it from burning the rubber plastic. The pipe looks really good. You know, if we start from here, it's great. There's a little bit of a rash right here, and it looks like somebody went down here, but it's not too bad. And then the rest of it's pretty good. So I'm going to be doing the freezer method. I'm going to pop that baby right in that freezer. Say hi, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. She's watching, wondering what daddy's doing. We're going to pop that in that freezer there. We're going to plug up both ends. And then after about maybe 2-3 hours, we're going to watch it like every 15 minutes because as that water expands, it'll push this out. And everything else looks pretty good. Like I said, all the plastics are available. Foot pegs look pretty good. They're not super worn, as you can see. The edges are pretty crisp. And they're that original. It's kind of like it's like a yellow anodized color. It looks really sharp on these bikes when they're brand new, and it will look really sharp again. The snail adjusters look really good. Usually these things are all, I'm thinking of Ken Kaplan here because it's great. I've watched so many of his videos. Love you, man. These are usually pretty worn out, and usually these could be just totally just axed, but they look good and they still have the original markings on them. And even a little bit of that original anodizing is there. So once I get these cleaned up, I might just take these with a little bit of a wire wheel, a very light wire wheel, and try to repolish them. And the rims look really good. I mean, they're in awesome shape. Nothing, no dings, no dents, no cracks, no nothing. And I noticed, you know, as I pretty much would come in and get some of the dirt and grime off the spokes, they really started to shine up pretty good. So they're not corroded. This bike was, I suspect, mostly in the Northeast, like Montana area. So I would suspect that's fairly dry. So there's no rust on the bike anywhere that I could see that was significant. And I think that's a testament to the climate, obviously. Next thing I'm going to be doing is getting off the seat and maybe the tank just to look under there. There's some spray paint overspray, like, I don't know if y'all can see that, like right down in there that I got to get cleaned up. Yep, that's spray paint, guys. Yeah, look at that. That's, you know, that's just not good, but I'm going to get all that taken out. And to the other side, I'd already showed y'all, look at the magenta shock. I went in and just kind of with a rag and some degreaser cleaned her off, and I put a little wax on it, and for the most part she looks really good. And I'll tell y'all a trick on these shocks. So like if you have a shock like this that has a ding mark like right here, probably from a rock or something, well, when you adjust the preload, just loosen the preload up here, and you should be able to grab the spring with your hand and maybe like you know, a rubber, you know, a rubber swatch or something, or maybe just a dry cloth. And you should be able to rotate the spring around and just put the part with the little ding somewhere you don't see it, right? Like if I just moved it this way a little bit, no one's going to see that. And then you got your perfect spring. Many times they don't need to be repainted, and it can be very hard to match that original magenta color. Let's see what else. Going around the other side, kind of showed you all this. Let me wheel her around. I want to show you what the other side looks like and some of the seating position for those that might. All right, so it's the other side. We got the same ancestral 500 sticker there. So I wanted to show y'all here, when I did the test for the flywheel being loose, I took a good look at this flywheel. And man, this thing is pretty much, nothing got through here. The seal was perfect. I can tell it's probably not operated in a lot of water. Everything is tight. Motor looks great. Even like I said, these nuts at the base of the cylinder, they don't look like they've been molested with it all. They're still sharp. So yeah, man, everything is looking pretty good. As I probably showed y'all, the tire warning information, Delta box, swing arm spring, all that. I'm gonna repaint. First thing my kids said, oh, that's broken. Look at that terrible spring. I'm like, that's nothing. That's just a wire wheel and a little bit of paint. Still has the original label there. I got to read that one day, see what it said, but it's probably something to do with the manufacturer. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with her. And you can see, right, if we get this bike with some nicer plastics, new plastics from UFO, get some decals on her, pop out the pipe, repaint the frame, and use quality paint and quality hardener, clean the motor up, she's gonna be up there, I think, as a very nice, rideable, collectible WR500. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll keep y'all posted as I go through this. If you like this kind of stuff, hit like and subscribe. And we've got a bunch of other stuff on the website too. If you watch any of our videos, you've probably seen the KTM 500, the Tri-Z video, the KX trilogy. She's back there. Never done one on the Quadzilla. Done a few on the KTM 500, and then there's the 440 500 there. It's now a 440 again. It is no longer a 500. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to share, and check it out. And I'm very excited. Thanks everyone. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.